Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? The big bad wolf, the big bad wolf. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? The big bad wolf, the big bad wolf. Eyes so bright and fur so black, you better run and don't look back. Keep looking out all day, all night, or you'll be woken with a fright. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? The big bad wolf, the big bad wolf. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? The big bad wolf, the big bad wolf.
Now, I'm sure you've all heard of the story of Little Red Riding Hood, but I bet you haven't heard our version though. Little Red Riding Hood was very close to her grandma and she loved her very much. In fact, it was Grandma who spent all summer making her that famous bright red hooded cloak.
It's simply the best.
Ready, try it on.
Oh, fabulous. I'm going to wear it straight away.
Do you want me to take it up just a little bit, dear? It is a bit long.
Nonsense, Grandma. I want to wear it now. Don't you think I look so grown up in it?
Are you sure you don't want me to take up just a little?
It's perfect, Grandma. I'm so grown up. Don't you agree?
I do. It looks splendid, my darling. But please, don't be in such a hurry to grow up. You'll get there soon enough.
Grandma was right, but Little Red Riding Hood was very impatient. She wanted to act like a grown-up already. In fact, this is where our story really begins.
Oh, is it my bit yet?
No, not yet.
But it's boring back there. Can't we fast forward it a bit? I'm the big bad wolf.
No, not yet. We need to do the basket of food bit first.
Oh, really? It's just a basket full of buns, nothing important.
It's the reason why Little Red Riding Hood sets off through the forest. Now disappear backstage.
Boring!
Tell you when it's your turn. Hey, one morning, Little Red Riding Hood was in the kitchen while her mother was preparing a basket of food.
Oh, I do hate it when Grandma is ill.
I'm sure she'll be right as rain soon. She just needs some rest. I thought we might take this basket of food to help cheer her up. What do you think?
I think that's a fabulous idea. But can I take it by myself? I'm grown up enough now. Please, can I?
I don't know. It's a long walk through the forest. I don't want you getting lost.
Well, it's not that far. And I'll be good. I won't talk to any strangers. And I'll stay on the path. Pretty please.
Very well. But stay on the main footpath and don't talk to any strangers.
The forest was deep and the trees were tall. The wind could be heard whistling through the branches, waving the leaves from side to side.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh.
The footpath was long and muddy in places, and broken branches and leaves crunched under her feet. But Little Red Riding Hood was in her element. She was happy to be let out by herself. She felt so grown up. She skipped along the path. It was a glorious, happy day.
I'm the big bad wolf and...
No, not yet.
Oh, sorry.
Just at that moment, Little Red Riding Hood was stopped by an owl who was perched on one of the branches above in the trees.
Hello, Owl.
What are you doing? Walking all by yourself?
I'm off to see my grandma. She's sick.
By yourself?
Of course. I'm quite grown up now. I don't need a grown up anymore.
So grown up? Goodness gracious me, you are a brave girl.
I've been through this forest lots of times. It's perfectly safe.
Why, haven't you heard of the dangers of the wood?
What dangers?
Well, for a start, there's a big hungry wolf in the woods.
I'm not afraid of a wolf.
Not afraid? Goodness gracious me, he scares the tail feathers off of me. What a brave girl you are.
I thought I could take these cakes to cheer up my grandma.
Oh, what a lucky grandma she is indeed. I must go, but you be safe and don't talk to any strangers. And beware of that wolf.
And so Owl was off, sweeping through the trees. Owl was right though. There was a nasty wolf out and about, and he was very...
Ooh, hungry indeed! Too soon? I'll just go. Leave quietly.
Little Red Riding Hood continued skipping along the path towards her grandma's house. Her grandma lived deep inside the forest in a small cottage. It had a little chimney which puffed out smoke from a little open fire which kept Grandma warm. Sometimes when Little Red Riding Hood was there, Grandma would let her cook marshmallows over the fire.
What have we got here?
Well, I am Little Red Riding Hood.
Fox was a brave and clever creature who knew the forest well. He was even quite famous because he featured in his very own book where he managed to fool 3 nasty farmers.
I know who you are, little girl, but what are you doing out here all by yourself?
Less of the little, thank you very much. I'm big enough to be walking out in the forest by myself.
But what about the dangers of the forest? There's plenty of stories I can tell you.
I'm not scared at all. I can look after myself.
Haven't you heard about the wolf, said the fox.
I'm not scared. I won't be fooled.
He's a nasty, cunning wolf, especially when he's hungry.
I won't be his dinner, just you see.
But the fox wasn't so sure.
Only last week, old Mavis the rabbit said the same thing. And now she's in his belly.
My mother told me not to speak to strangers.
Wise words, and I should listen to her too.
Just then, the owl swooped down.
Hello, Fox. Hello, Red. Have you heard the news? There's a wolf in the woods.
I was just warning the girl to be careful and not to talk to any strangers.
Would you like us to walk with you the rest of the way to Grandma's house?
It's perfectly fine, but thank you for the kind offer.
Really? It wouldn't be any trouble. We're both good friends with your grandma. She's always leaving us food out to eat.
But Little Red Riding Hood was a very stubborn girl and politely declined. Off they went. And off she went, skipping away without a care in the world until she almost stepped on.
Hey, you nearly stepped on me.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I didn't see you.
Clearly, you could have flattered me. I could have been dead, flat, and gonna rest in peace.
I did say that I was sorry.
And you think that's enough?
But you were slithering across the footpath.
Oh, so it's my fault, is it? Is it? Maybe I should grow legs and walk away.
Well, I didn't mean to.
To be rude? That's the problem with you humans. You think that you own everything. This isn't your forest, you know.
I didn't mean to.
What are you doing out here by yourself anyway? Haven't you heard about the wolf?
Well, I'm just off to take these cakes to my grandma there to cheer her up.
She's not scared.
Not a bit.
I'm not scared.
I've heard he's dreadfully nasty.
Cunning and sly, said the owl.
He fooled poor Mavis.
And there was a mouse too.
I won't be fooled.
I've heard he's got big pointy ears and a giant bushy tail.
Sharp teeth and long claws too.
I am not scared.
Would you like us to walk with you?
I didn't do this, Dad.
I don't need you to. I'm a grown-up now.
The three animals looked at one another. They were very worried about the little girl and wanted to help.
I'll be fine, but thank you for the kind offer.
And so they were off. Little Red Riding Hood skipped away. And off Little Red Riding Hood went marching through the forest. The sun beamed down on the face and the birds sang in the trees above. Little Red Riding Hood was in such a deep thought that she didn't even notice Mrs. Mole ahead in a fluster.
Blundering we will bubbles. I'm turning again.
Whatever is wrong, Mrs. Mole?
I'm turning again. Put the oven on too high. Cooking son of my fruit has come. I can get used to this new cooker. I certainly got a mind of its own.
Oh, Mrs. Mole, ovens don't have minds of their own. They're machines.
You haven't seen this one. The latest model and fancy technology, the best around they said. But can cook my fruit skull with a barn in it though? Colette?
You know what they say. A bad craftsman always blames his tools.
You're a chicken little thing. Where are you off to anyway?
I'm just off to take these cakes to my grandma. She's not feeling very well.
Oh, poor thing. I hope she gets better soon. I would offer some of my scone, but he'll don't. But I have some of my homemade yam dough. Would you like it that instead?
Oh, yes, please. My grandmother loves your jam.
Where are your mother, by the way?
Oh, she's at home.
Alone? You mean you're working there all by yourself?
Of course. I'm 6 years old. That means I'm basically a grown-up.
Would you like to sit on my scone after all? You can wallop the heel over the head with them if you keep trying to find business.
Oh, Mrs. Mole, you are funny, but I'll be perfectly fine. He's no match for me.
Are you sure?
Cunning and smart.
Quick and nasty.
I could walk with you if you like.
I don't need anyone to walk with me. I'm a big girl now.
The other animals all looked at each other. They all knew that Little Red Riding Hood was being rather foolish.
Let me fish the yam for you.
Before you could say Wolfie, Mole was back again holding a jar of homemade jam.
Tell your grandma that. I hope she get better soon.
Thank you.
And Little Red Riding Hood was gone. So Little Red Riding Hood went further into the forest proudly by herself. Suddenly, she slowed down as she came across something in the way in the footpath ahead.
Ooh, ooh, it's my entrance. It's my path. Boo-hoo-hoo. Boo-hoo-hoo.
Why, whatever is wrong?
No, it's okay, little girl. I'll be fine.
But you're crying. What's wrong?
Nobody likes me.
Why?
Because I'm the wolf.
The wolf?
Everyone's scared of me.
I'm not scared.
The wolf gathered to his feet. He was a lot bigger than what Fox had said. His teeth looked sharper than Owl had warned, and his nose was long and pointed.
That's no room, Mummy.
You're not scared of me.
That's no
No.
room.
I'm just a little misunderstood, that's all. I just need a friend, that's all.
Wolf said sneakily with a cunning grin.
Will you be my friend?
Well, I suppose I could be. You don't seem that scary after all. Plus, you haven't tried to eat me yet.
Eat you? Why on earth would I want to do that?
Well, aren't you hungry?
Well, yes, but only for those cakes and buns in that basket you have.
Oh. Well, you can only have one.
Mm.
The rest are for my grandma. She's not feeling very well.
Oh, not well? Not well? How awful that is. I bet she's
feeling weak and wouldn't put up a fight. I mean, feeling weak and vulnerable.
Exactly.
Well, I must let you get on your way. Your mother must be right behind you. Did you skip along ahead of her?
No, she's at home.
No. All by yourself? How delightful. How brave you are.
I am brave.
I simply love your cloak. Is it new?
It is, but it's not just any cloak. It's an M&S cloak. Oh, you're not mean at all. In fact, you're very kind.
Thank you, Little Red Riding Hood. Now tell me, where does your grandmother live? Is it far?
No, it's not very far. She just lives across that little river and through that little opening.
Oh, well, now, I must let you get on your way. Now, be safe and don't talk to any strangers. What a disgustingly horrible cake, and what a horrible little girl. I'm off to Grandma's house as fast as you can say, dinner time!
Poor old Little Red Riding Hood. If only she'd listened to her mother and her friends and not trusted the wolf. The wolf scarpered to Grandma's house indeed. The door was locked, but Wolfie cried,
Grandma, Grandma, let me in. Who was that knocking at my door so loud?
Using his best girly voice, the wolf replied,
It is I, Little Red Riding Hood. Let me in.
and despite the wolf's appalling acting, poor old Grandma was fooled, and as soon as she unlocked the door, the wolf burst in.
Surprise!
Before she could utter another word, the wolf swallowed her whole.
I was hungry after all.
Knowing that Little Red Riding Hood wasn't far behind, he quickly dressed up as Grandma and got into her bed.
I'm not normally so greedy, but with another dinner approaching, who am I to refuse?
Meanwhile, Little Red Riding Hood was happily skipping along towards the river when she was stopped by another friend.
Badger!
Why, hello there, my little friend.
I just off to take these cakes to my grandma. She's not feeling very well. They're to cheer her up.
Oh, well, they smell delicious, I must say. Where's your mother, though?
Well, I'm all by myself. I'm quite grown up now, you see.
Oh.
What's the problem with you children? You always want to grow up so fast. But then when you get to my age, all you wish for is to be a child again.
But it's so boring being a child. I'd much rather be a grown-up.
Bored being a child? What utter nonsense! It's great! I remember when I was a young badger, we'd build dens, chase each other, play stoats and badgers, cops and robbers.
My mum always says that I'm growing up too quickly. And my grandmother says that too, but I like it.
Yes, well, I do hope she gets better soon.
So do I.
Be careful, my dear, said the badger. There's a nasty wolf about.
I know, but I've already met him.
Already met him?
And he didn't seem that nasty after all. In fact, he was frightfully kind. He even said that he liked my new red cloak.
Well, this is lovely, I must say. Is it an M&S cloak?
It is!
Ooh, yes. Okay, well, either way, be careful. And if you run into that wolf again, promise me that you'll run the other way very quickly.
But he's my friend.
He told you that?
But Badger wasn't convinced. He knew something was up. The wolf is no one's friend. Badger wanted to know, she hoped she didn't tell him where she was going.
Well, of course I did.
In that case, let me come with you for the rest of your journey.
I don't mean to be mean, but I would rather go by myself. It's my first time going out by myself, and I want to be a grown-up.
But Badger wasn't happy. He was even more worried about the wolf. and Little Red Riding Hood had told him where she was going. He let her go and then raced off to find the others because he knew she was in trouble. You see, badgers have this powerful instinct. They can sense when something isn't quite right. And that wolf smelt very rotten indeed. So off Little Red Riding Hood went across the river and towards a small clearing where Grandma lived. As she arrived, she came to the wooden door and knocked on it 3 times as she always did.
Come in, come in.
Hello, Grandma. How good it is to see you.
Oh, hello, my dear. How good it is to see you too.
How are you feeling?
Oh, not too good, I'm afraid.
Well, your voice does sound rather husky
Well,
indeed.
it's this cold, this terrible cold. Did you come by yourself?
I did, Grandma, I did.
By yourself, I can't believe it.
See, I told you I'm all grown up now.
And you brought me some goodies, I see.
Yes, Mother baked them especially.
Come closer, my dear, come closer.
Oh, Grandma, it does smell rather rotten in here. Shall I open a window for you?
No, I might cause a dreadful chill. I must stay warm.
You're right, I wouldn't want you to catch another chill.
Now come closer, my dear, let Grandma see you better.
Grandma, shouldn't I put these cakes away? Or I could heat some up for you if you wish.
No need for that, it's you I'm going to eat.
What did you say, Grandma?
Oh, nothing, my dear, nothing. Just place them there by the bed. I can reach them there.
Grandma, what big eyes you've got.
All the better to see you with.
That is very, very strange.
Come closer, my dear.
But Grandma, what big ears you've got.
All the better to hear you with.
Very strange indeed.
Now come even closer, my dear.
Grandma, what big teeth you've got.
All the better to eat you with.
Stop it! It's the wolf! He's going to eat me!
Jumped around the bed and chased poor Little Red Riding Hood across the room.
No!
Munch, munch, gobble, gobble, gulp, gone.
Poor Little Red Riding Hood was swallowed in one. But between you and I, this wolf was so greedy he didn't even chew his food. Now normally you would think that this is the end of the story. After all, Little Red Riding Hood hadn't listened to her mother when she said not to speak to strangers. She hadn't listened to Owl and the fox, nor has she listened to the snake when they tried to warn her.
Oh my God.
If only she'd not been so silly and refused to let Badger walk with her to Grandma's house. She might not have been fooled by the wolf and now be sitting in the darkness of his big fat belly.
Oi, who you calling fat, eh?
It's the story, and you've got both Grandma and Little Red Riding Hood in your belly.
Why is that? Surely not chewing your food will give you a big bellyache.
Because if you did, the last part of the story wouldn't work at all. So, let me start the final scene.
Okay.
Go on. Now, you may remember that Badger wasn't convinced and he'd gone off to find his friends. Not only did he find Owl, Fox and Snake, he found a woodcutter just minding his own business.
This way, woodcutter, we must be quick before it's too late. I can understand. What could it be?
We must save Little Red Riding Hood from the wolf.
The wolf, you say? What are we waiting for? Show me the way.
They rushed to Grandma's house. There they burst through the door and found the wolf lying on the bed.
Shouldn't there be a wolf on the bed?
They rushed to Grandma's house. There they burst through the door and found Grandma lying on the bed.
Oh, sorry. Did someone call?
The woodcutter took one look at the wolf and cried,
Give us back Grandma and Little Red or else.
Not on your Nelly.
the woodcutter
Ooh.
chased the wolf off the stage with one almighty clunk. The woodcutter freed Grandma and Little Red Riding Hood. Although they were a little green and smelly from being inside his belly, they were happy to be alive.
I'm very sorry that I didn't listen to you all when you were trying to keep me safe. I won't ever talk to strangers ever again.
And so, Little Red Riding Hood have learnt her lesson. Not only do grown-ups occasionally talk sense, but really children should never talk to strangers. The story ends here on a positive note, with all the friends having a feast.
Afraid of the big bad wolf, the big bad wolf, the big bad wolf. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf, the big bad wolf, the big bad wolf? Eyes so bright and fur so black, you better run and don't look back. Keep looking out all day, all night, or you'll be woken with a fright. Who's afraid